Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. Today is July 25th. I will be using the Cozy Witch Tarot deck and the Golden Future Oracle messages for today. So please take what messages resonate with you when you see this video. I hope you guys are having a really good Friday today. I have been posting a few videos earlier today, this morning. Right now the time is 11:13 a.m. So for some of you guys watching this video, once it's posted, you may have seen angel number 1111. I know I did before I posted today, and before I also started the video too. I noticed I saw that angel number, so that could be confirmation for some of you. So let's get started, guys. Spirit, please give me clear, concise messages on what the collective might need to know for July 25th when it comes to the Golden Future messages that they may need to know at this time. Please give them the clarity at this time that they need to know, and please protect and guide them whenever they see this video. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective when it comes to Golden Future messages as well for them? What do you need to tell the collective? Thank you. Yeah, so Justice wanted to show up 11, and I did mention I saw 11:11 on the time today, so this is definitely confirmation. For some of you guys, you may have pets, animals, maybe you like animals. Dogs could be significant, like a puppy. But there is something about sticking to your truth. So it says stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. So some of you guys are probably tapping into speaking your truth more as of lately. And I did mention this in my other previous videos too, when it comes to speaking your truth, okay? So some of you guys could be not just speaking your truth, but wanting to, okay? Or you have been, and Spirit is saying continue to do so, because the more you speak your truth, the more authentic you are for yourself, and you're not doing it to, please other people or for anyone else's entertainment, the more people will start to realize and understand you on a deeper level, right? So 8 of Cups wanted to show up here. It says, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery, okay? So some of you guys could be wanting to travel, okay? Or even if it's not traveling, some of you guys could be wanting to go outside more. This could be going out for walks, going out, traveling more in that sense, or even just traveling to new parts of the city or state, depending on where you live in, like certain countries, right? Some of you guys could be traveling more inner where you live. So this could be like, say for example, you live in Canada, you could be traveling province to province. For some of you guys, if you live in the States, you could be traveling from state to state. And again, depending on, certain countries where you live, you could be traveling to other places, right? So again, something about changing the scenery. This feels like something about moving as well. And I know someone had mentioned in the comments about wanting to move. So moving is very significant as well when it comes to your sceneries, your environment, where you might be, even when it comes to jobs too. Some of you guys, especially with the laptop, right? Some of you guys could be bloggers, or you guys could be looking for work, okay, new opportunities, for example. But there is something about you guys speaking your truth and stepping into a new opportunity. So moving forward into something new. This person here, the girl here, she's like looking through the door, and it's almost like she's looking outside the door, wondering what it's like to explore outside of where she is right now. And that could be some of you guys, whether you're masculine or feminine, you guys could have this energy. And right now I'm seeing a butterfly outside my balcony where I'm doing my readings, and that could be confirmation when it comes to going through transformations as well. Yeah, the Chariot, it says, you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So Spirit is saying get moving, okay? Angel number 7, something about you guys moving forward, like I said, okay? The person is looking outside the door, and, maybe you could be moving forward. Maybe you could be trying to travel towards new opportunities and new beginnings. Sunflowers are very significant too. Also cats and snails. So again, going back to animals, something about someone loving animals, loving, nature, okay? Being one with nature as well. It's very significant at this time. So yeah, speaking your truth might resonate for some of you too when it comes to exploring new opportunities, okay? Exploring new lands as well is significant. The Magician, it says you have everything you need to do anything you want. So again, manifesting with the resources that you have. Angel number 1. Okay, so again, you have the wand, you have the pentacle, you have the cup, and you have the sword, right? You have everything that you need. So nothing should be stopping you right now to move forward, okay? And that could be confirmation when it comes to your future. That's what the messages are about. When it comes to like your golden future, there's something about tapping into in the present, but also tapping into the 5D. So some of you guys are spiritually connected like that, where you can tap into both, where you're here in the 3D, you're seeing what's going on in the 3D, but you can sense when there's a spiritual warfare, or you can sense when, you know, there's something going on, right? So again, that could be something when it comes to like changes, right? So angel number 555 on the timer could be very significant too. Whoop. That's too many cards. Spirit, what other golden messages for the future do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. So yeah, it says 8 of Pentacles. It says, sorry, but fairies aren't going to come and do all the work for you. So for some of you guys, when it comes to like manifesting too, it's like we can all manifest all of our dreams and wants and everything that we desire. But at the same time, Spirit is saying that you got to also step into that, you know, new beginning as well. Okay. So yeah, 4 of Pentacles, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. So again, when it comes to working hard, right? Say you are somebody who doesn't have fairies, basically like helpers, right? So for some of us that resonate with this, and there's no shame or anything, you know, or anything towards this, but some people are more fortunate than others, right? And this is all about perspective, especially being on your journey, learning to have perspective, learning to understand that everybody's different. Everybody has grown up differently, and understand that everybody may not understand your circumstances, but you may understand people's circumstances. So for example, say for example, this card says, sorry, but fairies aren't going to come and do all the work for you, okay? This could be, for some of you guys, you may be alone, okay? And I've mentioned this in the past, in my past readings before. I've said that some of you guys may be alone. You may not have family. You may not have friends. You may not have support. Only divine, you know, support is what you have at this time. But you are somebody who's so determined and so, you know, focused and driven and persistent, the Magician, that you don't have fairies to help you because you got it. You got it on your own. Is it hard sometimes to have it on your own sometimes? Of course. Of course it's hard to have it on your own and be independent and have it and be tough and have the strength and be the one to have it all. But at the same time, you have to be proud of yourself because you've come so far. You think about it, you've come so far, right? And be proud of where you've come, because that's why you are where you are today. Okay, so then it's like taking all the experiences and life lessons that you've learned and being able to use that and utilize it and keep moving forward. While some people may have their parents, nothing is wrong with that. So they're fortunate. Some people may have their parents that pay for everything for them, and nothing is wrong with that. But sometimes they can understand, they have empathy sometimes and can understand that not everybody is as fortunate as them, and they can also be giving and understanding towards you and your energy or whoever you are, right, or other people around them. But we do have some people who have it all, but then they don't have perspective and they don't understand or have any empathy, and they think that, you know, people that are less fortunate than them, they think they might be better than them, right? So it's all about who you meet in life, how they've been raised, how they grew up in certain environments, communities. Also, same thing with that. People may grow up with both their parents, but their parents may not be physically there for them. So they grew up in certain communities where other people raised them. That's also a product of the environment, growing up and seeing things, but then growing up out of it. Right? So if you grew up, like I said in my other readings, in an environment where it's very toxic, but you grew out of it, that doesn't mean you're a product of your environment. You grew out of that environment to better yourself, right? But you bettered yourself without help, is what I'm saying. And some of you guys have to be proud of yourself, because in this time, in this economy, in this day and age, It is tough. For some of us, you know, you may resonate with this, where that's why Spirit is saying, let it go so it can flow, right? Because some of us might be trying to go at a rat race where, you know, we want the kids, we want the house, we want the family, we want the big home, we want it all, right? But then at the same time, it's like, what are we also doing to get there? Are we doing the work? Are we putting the effort in? Obviously, you're not going to do it to like kill yourself, but you're doing it to the point where you're very proud and ambitious and you want more for yourself. Confirmation with the horn. You want more for yourself, okay? That's why you're driven. If you've been through certain things in your life where you feel like people have maybe gaslit you or maybe made you feel like, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, you may be in an environment right now, in a mind frame or a space where you could be showing up for other people, you know, speaking up for other people too, right? And you're showing that to people that it's okay if you don't have support. You will always find a community of people that will support you, but you also have to do that work in order for that to come to you, because whatever you put out is what you get back, right? So again, Four of Pentacles, treating yourself is very significant, like I said, okay? Working really hard, being able to treat yourself for whatever it is you want. So there could be people in your energy that when you do treat yourself to something nice, they may be wondering why, who, what, when, where, why. That's none of their business. Sorry guys, it's none of their business, okay? So Ace of Swords, this came out again. It says, look at you, you're bursting with sparkly new ideas, okay? So when it comes to the Chariot, moving forward, taking action, the Magician, right? Eight of Pentacles as well, doing things on your own and learning how to move forward. Two of Cups, it's like some people are like pumpkin to your spice. Like I said, communities, right? Being able to channel and come together with people who resonate with you, okay? So let's see what else comes out when it comes to the future. It's like you guys are doing something, that you're building something for the future, for, you know, people to come in a community and feel safe. And it's not a community like in a cult way. It's a community where everybody's free, everybody's creative, they're able to talk about whatever they like to talk about. Spirituality is not even only about just religion. Spirituality is just being about yourself, talking about what you like to do, arts, crafts, you know, hobbies. Some of you may like instruments. So some of you guys may watch my video, you may play an instrument and you may comment that you play a guitar, which is cool. I love instruments. I used to play clarinet in, I think it was elementary school, up until like maybe high school, grade 9, and then I think I stopped because the teacher that we had at the time, she was so nice. Like, you know, when you're so attached to somebody because of their energy, that teacher was so sweet. And no offense to the other teacher, but there was a newer teacher that came after her, and I just felt like the vibe was just different. And I was just like, you know what? Peace. I left. I was like, you know what? Deuces, guys. You got this. Because I was playing clarinet in elementary, and then they transitioned me to, they gave me the option of doing saxophone. I think it was alto or bass. And then I think they gave me bass clarinet. And then I'm like, well, I'm already playing a clarinet, so why wouldn't I take the bass clarinet? And that was so sick because everyone else was getting saxophones, which I love saxophones, but I like to be different. I like to be the weirdo, right? So I took a bass clarinet. I loved playing that instrument, actually. I played it up into grade 9, yeah. And then I stopped, but I was actually able to play The Simpsons, the theme song. And for anybody who has instruments, who knows? Like, you know, when you play music a lot and you can start, you know, making up the sounds by, you know, listening to the keys because you play it so much and you're so, like, attuned with it, that could be significant, too, when it comes to, like, creativity and ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, there is something about coming together with communities and people matching your vibe and your energy at this moment. I'm going to get one more card and see what comes out. Okay, so the last one is Two of Swords. It says, wake up. Okay, wake up. What is it that you truly want? Okay, guys. So again, it's like you have all these ideas. You have all, maybe some of you guys are also like multi-dimensional, where it is something where you can basically do so many things, jack of all trades. But Spirit is like, focus on one thing. Like, what is it that you truly want, right? What does your soul want? What does your soul feel like it's fulfilled? That when you do it, it feels like you're not just good at it, but it feels like it's something that you love, basically, right? It's something that you feel like home. So, you know, when you do something and it makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, like when you drink something like really warm, like a cup of tea. I don't know for my Caribbean folks, but like when you drink some Milo, a hot cup of Milo, some Ovaltine, you know, my island folks who, you know what I mean by that. Literally, that's what you probably feel like when it's something that you love to do. You have that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Spirit is like, be decisive. Don't be indecisive. Be decisive. Figure out what it is that you need to do or what it is you want to do and move forward with that. Because again, with the golden future messages that I'm about to pull, these could be double confirmation for what it is that you guys could be stepping into at this time when it comes to the future, right? And the future could be tomorrow or next week or a month from now. It doesn't have to be years and years from now. The future could be any time, right? But Spirit is saying, what is it that you want? What is it that you need to do? And that is something that you guys are figuring out at this time right now. So even though you're getting ideas, Spirit is saying, what are you doing with these ideas? Okay. Are you utilizing them? Are you using them for your great advantages? Or are you just sitting on them? Right? Spirit is saying, get out of that fear-based mentality and start doing exactly what it is that you want to do today. Don't wait tomorrow, because tomorrow's never promised. Okay. So start today, right? Even with the Ace of Swords, Spirit is saying you're bursting with ideas, right? So basically it's like you're the magician. Whatever you have in your mind, you can put forth. You can actually, you know, manifest it. So let's see what comes out. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective, for the golden future cards? For July 25th, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? So 26, the waters of the planet, bless the rain, rivers, and oceans, okay? So some of you guys that resonate with this, nature could be very significant. Like I said, being close to water is very significant for some of you. So some of you guys could be wanting to balance yourself with when it comes to like grounding, okay? So even being close to animals and nature is very significant for some of you guys, okay? So 40, the golden cities, live economically and harmoniously. So this is about community, like I said. Okay, when I said about Two of Cups, you know, having a community of people who understand you. This is confirmation with this card coming out, 40. Okay, so some of you guys could be in this energy where you're starting to learn to live in a minimalist type of way, where you're only trying to, you know, spend in a way that's smart, where you're only getting things that you need in the moment and not what you want. And that could be really hard for some of us, because again, some of us who go through a lot of stress, some of you guys could eat. Everybody's different, right? Some of us eat when we're stressed. Some of us shop when we're stressed. Some of us work out when we're stressed. You know, everybody handles stress differently. So for some of you guys could be becoming more minimalist when it comes to certain things, learning to, you know, prioritize your needs and wants, learning to balance out, you know, how to utilize your resources, your stability, your money, okay? And being able to, you know, kind of just be having gratitude and be successful in that sense, right? So animals wanted to show up. Number 25, honor the animal kingdom. So I did mention animals is very significant because the waters of the planet, and I did say this, someone may resonate with animals at this time. Okay, there is something about animals too. So this is about nature. Okay, again, depending on where you live, you may see a lot of buildings, okay, but you're not seeing a lot of trees. And I get it, it takes years for trees to be planted, but it's almost like, how many buildings do there need to be built before people realize that A, no one's living in these buildings, and B, no one's buying out buildings like the way that they used to, or homes at the way they used to, because the economy is the way that it is, right? Not to say, you know, people are struggling, but people are trying to be smart right now. So going back to the economy, right? Being back like ecologically and harmoniously, again, that could be about the economy, that could be about, you know, your environment, your community, again, honoring the animals around you. So even birds, okay, something as simple as squirrels, birds, whales, okay, dolphins, you know, the environment, not trashing the environment is significant, okay? So that might resonate for some of you too when it comes to, you know, the Chariot, taking action. And this is also learning about this now when it comes to the future of the planet, right? Okay, when it comes to the future for not just yourself, but maybe for those who have kids, for your kids, because you may see what's going on right now and you don't want it to continue or get worse, okay? So yeah, jump shift your life. It says tune into crystals, number 34. Some of you guys could be using crystals at this time, right, to connect with the divine. Education, it says expand your right brain creativity. Yeah, so something to do with creativity, expanding your mind, okay? Sharing knowledge, okay? Wisdom. Okay, a lot of people could be students at this time, learning a lot of things at this moment in their journey, but at the same time, you guys could also be teaching other people around you what you're learning. So it's like a domino effect. It's like you see something online, you learn something new, and then you go to somebody else and say, hey, you know, I learned this today. Did you know this? I don't know if some of you guys remember that show, How It's Made. I used to love watching that show, but that show could resonate for some of you guys. It's like learning to watch how confirmation with the horn, learning to watch certain things, how it's made, and then you learning this and realizing like, okay, so that's how they make peanut butter, or that's how they make chairs, or that's how they make, you know, motors for cars and stuff like that. But yeah, it says spread the light of unicorn. So spread your light, 30. Spread your energy, spread your divine, you know, divine unity. At the bottom of the deck, we have leadership and decisions, okay? Make choices for the highest good of all. So butterflies are significant. I mentioned not too long ago that I did see butterflies today, and even birds could be very significant too. Communities, again, if you see the people here, right? So some of you guys are stepping into leadership. You guys are stepping into communities, being able to ground yourself and showcase these things to other people and help other people as well around you. Because again, it doesn't even matter if you have money or not. It's all about wisdom and knowledge. People don't realize that it doesn't matter about your education. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter, you know, who you know. It doesn't matter. It's all about being connected to the higher source and yourself, and being connected to other people on a deeper level. That's actually what is really more important. Basically, what I'm saying is that the whole purpose of our journey is to have community, right? Even though some of us might be introverted, some of us might be both. You know, you might be introverted, extroverted. You might be, you know, omnivert. You might be amnivert. You might be everything, right? But when it comes to community, especially with certain generations, you may realize too that older generations used to have communities. Like, I don't know if some people, I know in Canada, sometimes in the malls, I find it so cute and so adorable when I see Italian or Greek men all huddled up in a little circle, drinking their coffee and their tea. I don't know what it is when I see them. I think that's the cutest thing ever. And it's almost to say that that is dying out, right? No one's really seeing that a lot nowadays with maybe our generation or the younger generation. There's so much chaos going on. So that's why I'm saying that we're supposed to basically come together. That's what our, you know, our whole entire divine being is supposed to be able to come together and show unity and show respect to each other, love and all that stuff with one another, because again, we're divinely guided and we're deeply in tuned on a different level, if some of you guys understand what I'm saying, right? But anyways, I'm going to end it here, guys. Take the messages that resonate with you. And thank you for watching up until the end of this video. I will be posting my personalized messages after this. So I will see you guys in the next video. All right, guys? Love you guys. Bye.